had the faculty at IIT Madras and we were able to attract youngsters also. What we did not have was this industry person. And that's a time we thought that if we can set up IIT Madras Research Park, something adjacent to IIT, where we will bring the industry to come and sit with us. We are putting together an ecosystem where innovation can actually take place. This is what was conceived in 1998, took us 2008 before we started construction, and then we built the whole thing. The second important part which I think made a difference was recognize the potential of these youngsters. As I pointed out, we graduate 1 million engineers a year, but most of them come from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 colleges and are not adequately prepared. In fact, they are bright students in school, but once they go to college, they get disenchanted by the kind of education that we provide. Even in tier 1 college that happens, but they are basically good. If you can bring them, inspire them, motivate them, drive them hard, then innovation takes place. And our whole incubation effort is based on these youngsters. It is a 22 to 26-year-old youngster, 27-year-old youngster. This youngster, you push them, not make it easy for them. The mistake that many other incubation cell does is that they think that they want to make it easy for them. Sorry, we are not here to make them easy, because they are going to go through a very tough battle of winning, and which means they have to fail, get up, try again, fail again, get up, try again before they succeed. And if you make it easy, they do not know how to go about doing it. And what we have done at this IIT Madras Incubation Cell and IIT Madras Research Park is basically get these youngsters ready to deliver.
Good morning, viewers. It's nice to meet you through the Startup Handshakes program. And I have today Mr. Ankit Jaiswal, the CEO of Q-Wings. What is Q-Wings? The Q-Wings wanted to transform the schools and the education system. And this is the first of its kind in India in STEM ecosystem. Let us hear from Mr. Ankit Jaiswal what is all about Q-Wings and what they are doing and how they started. What is the USP of their company and where they did the research and etc. other things. And we will meet Mr. Ankit Jaiswal on behalf of you. Good morning, Mr. Ankit Jaiswal.
Good morning, sir.
Nice meeting you this morning. See, I just come here to meet you on behalf of the Startup Handshake. There is a program in DD. See, actually this concept of the program is to motivate the youngsters who have different ideas, who are grooming with ideas, but they are not aware where to go, where to approach, what to do, and who should motivate them. They have the confusion, they are totally confused, few youngsters, and few of them were blessed to have IIT Research Park and they are getting incubated, and they started as one of the startups like you. Yes. And I heard your company, you have started as a startup Q-Wings.
Yes, yes.
What is the USP, what is the speciality of your company?
When I was in class 8, I wanted to do something for country. I wanted to contribute into the defense of the country. And I wanted to do my education in aerospace from IIT Madras. That I had a dream in class 8. Okay. I did aircraft maintenance engineering. I have DGCA BAMEC license on heavy aeroplane and jet engine. I was working as a trainee in Air India as a maintenance engineer. And then I realized, hey, I don't want to do this. I really want to build aeroplane. That's what I said. It may sound a little ridiculous. After Air India, I thought I really want to build aeroplanes, so I started doing aeronautical engineering, and connecting the dots through GATE, I got an opportunity to do MS in IIT Madras. and that too in aerospace engineering. And you see the fate. If you want something in your life, it will come. I was first getting a project to work on a rocket fuel, but somehow my dream came true. I got my MS project to work upon one Indian Army project, wherein I had to build actually unmanned aeroplane. That was my MS project. We worked as a team, and we built the aeroplane, and we took it for testing also. And for the same, I have a conference research paper in American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. And then I landed in my dream job, wherein actually I was working as a project manager on food delivery drone, precision landing drone, and I was also designing one VTOL aircraft for Indian Army. So you see, if you dream of something, it comes across. But when I was working as a project manager, something I realized. Each and everything I was importing from China, small motors, battery, propellers, ESC, frame, parachute. It pained me. What is the problem with us? Don't we have the skill to build these things? Don't we have the resources? I started, pondering on these questions.
How do you do R&D which result into a commercial product such that India has Indian products rather than imported Chinese products or Japanese products or Korean products? We also realize that these Indian products need to be affordable, because India is a very price sensitive market. And we said that our research and development has to move towards, therefore, product development and commercialization. That was our focus. Somewhere in 90s, we realized that to come up with very innovative products, you need 3 sets of people to work together. One is the faculty. The faculty has a width of knowledge, and we thought that this width of knowledge can actually be utilized to come up with innovations. The second is an industry person who knows how to convert a prototype into a product. Otherwise, most of the things remain as at a prototype level. The third was this youngsters, and this youngster is a very important person. This youngster, young graduates, let us say from engineering college, we have a large number, a million of them. If you inspire them, they are ready to work 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours a day. Now, if you take them who work so hard along with this academic person who has a bright ideas and industry person, if you put them together, innovation which result into commercialization will take place.
Being such a big country, what is the core issue that we are not able to build these things here in India? And started, started pondering on this question, and I figured out by myself a little bit here and there in bits and pieces what I have understood. People has knowledge, students have knowledge, students have skills. Our schools are doing great to impart those knowledge, our colleges are doing great to impart those knowledge, but there is something missing. What is that? What we have understood, whatever students are learning, they are not getting a chance to use that knowledge to apply in real world, to build something tangible. And due to that, they don't have confidence, they don't have risk taking abilities, they don't have confidence that whatever the knowledge, whatever the skill set they have, they can use that knowledge to build something. And that is leading to, a kind of a job seeker mindset, not a creator mindset, right? And that is how QWings started. So the aim of this QWings is very simple. Whatever schools are teaching in their classroom, we want to, bring an atmosphere in the school that those students can use that knowledge to build something in real life. that will give them confidence. Second problem was, hey, even if there are some schools who are providing this kind of atmosphere, that wherein student can apply those knowledge to build something in real life, in that school, if there is some talent, if the student has built some good product or he is having some good idea, then there is nobody to handhold that student. The talent is dead. And then the Q Wings born again. Second purpose of Q Wings, to handhold those talent and take them to IIT Research Park, IIT Madras Incubation Cell, to bring them to India's largest startup hub and tell those students that, hey, if you have idea, you can reach at anywhere. So this will build the confidence among schools, among students, among parents, among the nation, among the people, that, hey, there is somebody in India who can, guide our student, and if this student has talent, they can be handholded to the top level. That's the story behind Q Wings, sir.
What many other incubators, as I pointed out, land up doing is give them easy money. Easy money, they spend the money and after that they don't know what to do. They want more money. We basically get them to stand up on their own feet. We tell them that you are going to practically get no income for the next few years. We teach them that they will fail, and yet we are there with them as they get up to hold their hands. We do not pick them up. They have to get up on their own. But once they get up, we will hold their hand and get them to restart earlier. It requires immense amount of training, which we do, a very, very good mentoring, industry people, successful industry people who have to mentoring. And a third important point is networking amongst them. See, basically an entrepreneur is a very lonely person. We actually bring multiple entrepreneurs together so that they form a group, so that they can share the difficulties, share the understanding and stand with each other to win. That is what we are able to do. We have a slogan that easy money hurts. So we do not give them easy money. They have to earn every rupee. Yes, we give them some seed funds, but they have to earn the seed funds.
Leaving the very luxurious job, a highly paid job, and with the very strong academic background and with the academic knowledge you have gained in IIT Chennai and other institutions. And nowadays normally the youngsters will go behind it's an attitude to have a comfortable life, very cozy life. But in your case, it's very interesting to, right from the age of 13, when you were pursuing your 8th standard, you wanted to do something to this nation.
Yes.
And somehow you got this opportunity.
Yes.
And see, the other difference what I find from your reply, from my first question, see, you are targeting the youngsters.
Yeah.
Normally we think about the consumers who are very strong consumers who can affordability to purchase the product or the service. But your target is they don't have the purchasing power. But no, that's what I learned. So it's very impressive.
So there is a reason behind this. 2 points. One, see, if you want to build the nation, you will have to start with the school. Second, student when they comes at the graduation level, they have lot of responsibility. Usually they get married after that, right? And they want to get the job, they want to settle as soon as possible, they don't want to take the risk. So if that creator mindset, the whole mindset has to be changed. If I want to build the confidence among the student that, hey, you take the risk. If you have some idea, you build some product. Even if it will fail, you still have time, to come into the shape. So this idea or this thought or this vision which we have, I thought it will be better to start with the schools.
So you rightly tapped the persons, the youngsters. My question is, why the Q Wing, the name? Normally a name will have its meaning or will have its reason. No? The reason for this name, Q Wing.
There is quite a story behind it. Wings, basically it also implies to giving wings to the students, giving wings to the nation, giving wings to the schools, giving wings to the society, right? Also, wings, what in Q Wings was a company wherein all wings of technology comes and falls into one place in a quantum state. All wings of technology. We do R&D in artificial intelligence, IoT, robotics, AR, VR, cyber security, software development, 3D hologram, right? Even in medical science, biotech. So we are a team of research scholars graduated from IIT Madras, PhD scholars, MS scholars. We do R&D in all these areas, because we cannot ask a school student, hey, you think only in this one area, na? Student can think in any area. And my job is to provide this 21st century skill set and knowledge and exposure to everything possible, whatever possible from our end, to our school students. So the Q wings means wherein all the wings of the technology comes into fall into one place.
Those who have the aspiration, they can fly.
Yes.
And not only that, those who have the wings in different field and they can fly together.
Yes.
That's what the reason. See, what is an advantage of your lab, the setting up of lab in different schools, as you said, over the existing laboratories in the schools?
To be very honest, currently, if you look at the Q wings customer, who are our customer, you will get some idea that why Q wings. Okay. Currently, if you look at most of the customer, in fact, all of our customer, who are the customer? Those schools who had already tried robotics AI lab and they were fed up, they are only the customers in Q wings. And now let me tell you the reason why. So every school nowadays wants to set up this robotics and artificial intelligence lab, right? What usually they do? They go to a vendor, they spend some money, they buy all the robotics kit or whatever kit, drone kit, AI kit, and they put it in their lab. They hire a teacher and lab starts. That's how most of the schools does in the starting, right? What happens after that? Every day the student will break something, right? And the schools are being asked to buy things again and again. So school has a headache. Second problem, this kind of a lab will succeed only if there is a continuous upgradation of the lab, or else what will happen? The student will end up doing same activities again and again. And schools is very difficult to do R&D in every different sector, right? And third point, what I said, ki if there was a talent, it needed handhold. Nobody is there to handhold in the school, right? So and fourth problem was ki a teacher who is hired, right? He also usually he is having a knowledge in certain domain, he can do in that domain only. So what happens? These all reason comes in 1 or 2 years, all those labs were saturated. Things are lying here and there. So school has allotted the space. School is spending money on the hardware. School is spending money on the teacher, but there is no value addition. Space it has given, so much of a space, so much of headache it has taken, no value addition. But what Q wings tells? That, hey, school, you just give me that space, same space. Rest everything we will take care, everything. First, we'll decorate the lab, we'll bring all the items from all the domain, we will deploy our own trainer, we will pay them salary, you don't have to pay. Our whole backend team is there here in IIT Madras Research Park, who coordinate with the teachers that what you have to teach, how you have to teach. There is a competition, what you will participate. So if the new topic, new project has come, we will upskill the teacher. So the teacher is always ready, active, what it has to be done. In lab, anything makes and break, we replace at our own cost. And the most important, we continuously do R&D here, new activities in every domain. We keep on sending our people every month, at least 3-4 courier reaching at the schools with new projects, new. So what is happening? Whatever school has given the space is continuously upgrading. Students are getting new activities. Trainer is also active because there is a backend team who is telling what to do. Proper systematic learning mechanism is there. So, and school doesn't have any headache. So what is happening? The same space, school doesn't have headache, but the kind of activities in the schools are happening, right? The school is leveraging that. Our every school, wherever Q wings we have, every school is winning all kind of competition in India. Every student is participating in all national and international level challenges. So, schools are able to get the value addition, telling that, hey, my students are winning, my students are participating in every national level challenges. So, schools who are at even the lower level, they are getting the national level visibility. Now, they have aspired to do more. There is a culture, what I have seen now, there is a culture to encourage more hands-on learning program in schools. Schools earlier, those Q Wing school I am talking about, those Q Wing school who were only had science fest in the past, now Q Wing school are arranging the tech fest, and you look at the level of tech fest we are doing. So, all I am saying, the same set of thing, and other thing is hand holding. Those student of those schools, if they have some idea, we are calling here at IIT Madras, here at Q Wing's office, come and present. So that kind of atmosphere, confidence building, and this kind of a lab is continuously growing, because now everything we are handling. So, school does not have headache. Every headache we are taking, from lab setup to performance metrics to ensure that they showcase at the national level. So, schools is getting without any headache value addition, and they are being guided by expert in all those domains, right. IIT Madras is of course India's first rank when it comes to technology. IIT Madras Research Park is India's largest startup hub where we are currently sitting. So, those schools has confidence कि somebody in a domain, in that expertise in those areas sitting on the top is guiding our student, guiding our lab, and they are also getting confidence. This can provide them a great value addition, and we will handhold the school. We want alliance with the school, and we do not want to scale very fast. Wherever we want to go, we want to give the quality, the customer satisfaction. That is our prime goal.
Is it going to have the intensity of understanding of the technical knowledge imbibed by the schools already, and after entry of yours, your Q Wings, in any schools, will it going to change or improvise the intensity of the understanding in the students?
How is this going to impact to the students? How it is going to impact to the society, and how it is going to impact to the nation, right? That is something I want to, I would try to highlight rather than just students. So, first of all, students, because they are the one direct beneficiaries, right, of Q Wings. First of all, they will be getting aware, they will be guided by industry experts, people who have domain expertise in this area, very first thing. Second thing, they will be through Q Wings, they will be getting exposure to almost every technology in the world, which is not possible anywhere otherwise, because Q Wings is sitting here and we have resources, we have expertise, so we are able to provide in the school. Otherwise, it is not possible. So, through Q Wings, students, our Indian students, our people, those students or kids will get exposure to almost every technology presence in the country, right, in the world, right. Second benefit. Third benefit is whatever they are learning in classrooms, they will get a chance to apply that knowledge in real world to build something, right. Fourth thing, if they have an idea, now because they have exposure to multiple domain, math, science, AI, robotics, software, whatever you do, they can, if they have idea and they have, usually what I say, so what happens when you get exposure to so many things through our Q Wings also, we are trying to bring exposure into multiple domain. When students get exposure to so many things, and that too at industry level, at product level, right. So what happens? Their bandwidth of thinking or their idea, whatever idea they have, they can connect the dots between these all domain and come up with a solution. So what we are telling to students that if you have an idea, use that knowledge. And another thing is that you solve a real world problem. You look at the real world problem, then think, can you solve that problem? And whatever the knowledge you are getting, use that knowledge to solve that problem. And if you have really great prototype, we are hand holding them that, hey, come and showcase your project at Research Park, and then we will see where your idea can go. That's the kind of a confidence we are building among students, right. Next thing, also they are getting chance to participate in almost every national level or international level challenges. So they are getting exposure to what is happening around them. So that's the benefit to the student, one. Second, how is it benefiting to the society? Now, we have our labs across India, in the different states. So parents through this children are getting awareness. We are helping, we are kind of creating an awareness through our labs. How important is skill development? How important is when you use your knowledge to build some industry specific problem, right? Solve some industry specific problem. So skill development is how is important, because my job, Q Wings' whole aim, if you will ask me in one line, is very simple, that we want to impart skill among a student and we want to teach them how you can monetize those skills. That's all we want to do. We want to give skill and we want to teach you how you can monetize that skill. That's all. So second thing is creating awareness among society that skill development is very important. If you want to, and then monetizing it again, right? Or if you have a skill, if you are not able to monetize, then it's your loss, missing opportunity. Third thing, and which is very important, and that's my dream, building nation. Now just imagine, we have this tech lab in various parts of the country, and we have this network of skilled trainer who we are upskilling from here, and we are working as a network or as a team. They will be available as a great tech resources for the country. Any defense, they want to get the prototyping done. Any company, they want to get any R&D, or any kind of a tech, CSR people, they want any tech resources. A government, they want any tech resources. These upskilled tech resources will be available in various parts of the country, and they can come at any point of time and work together to make anything possible. That's a kind of a community or a team or network of resources for skill development resources all at one place. This is what we are building.
Ankit, what I tacit from your reply to the question, the impact, the intensity of understanding among the student community, you have just elaborated on this.
Yes.
It's not going to have a magic in one day.
Yes.
It is going to happen in decades future.
Yes.
It's not only imparting knowledge in the laboratory and going out of the schools and pursuing different education or different courses. And also I understood it's not only going to help the aspirants of IIT, it's going to help any student who wanted to achieve something in their life. So it's a skill. So filling the gap between the need and the knowledge. That's what I understood.
Yes.
My next question is, see, your labs are there. See, there's 75%, more than 75% the schools are under the state government or the central government. Only few schools, that is below 20%, they are run by the private partners. But now, as what I heard or learned from your reply, that you are just catering to the people who wanted to have this Q Wings in their campus. Have you ever tried, because the knowledge is there also, see, we cannot underestimate the rural students who are in the rural belt. They may have different ideas. They may have even contribute the nation building. So, what is your take upon?
We have approached to Uttarakhand Education Minister, in fact, Uttarakhand government, UP government, we will be approaching to Tamil Nadu government. We had a proposal for them ki, hey, let's run because we have the resources, we have the people, we have the expertise. Let's run a skill development program wherein we will impart skill to in remote areas so that they can use the available local resources in that area to monetize it, right. Whatever in remote areas local resources, Uttarakhand local resources could be different, in UP could be different, Tamil Nadu could be different, in area wise local resources are different. So, can we run a program in India in different states wherein we can impart local area people certain skills so that whatever local resource available in that area, they can use that local resource and the skill which we are importing, they can integrate it and they can monetize it. So, this way what will happen? Those people, they can not just use that product for for their livelihood, and also it will help in building our nation, because we are thinking by 2047 we want to become a developed country. So, until unless we will involve those people, it's very difficult.
It has to be a mix with, so we are fairly deep tech incubator. Deep tech incubator will have to have engineering as the key technology persons, but then we need management person, and we certainly need people from social sciences and humanities who can really understand and drive products to market. So, it has to be a mixed team, though engineering will be the core of this team. That is something that we have figured out.
Because you have another 23 years left, now we are in 24. Yes. So, before 47, I think your Q Wings will try to have the wings to all the students who are aspiring to become the technocrats and serve not only India and the globe. See, you have explained your journey, leaving your very luxurious job, and you started this Q Wings and set up a labs in different schools, and it's happening good. See, normally to any startups, they will not immediately come into the market or cater to the needs of the people who require the service or the product. Definitely you must have come through some research work. So, how IIT Madras Research Park have helped you in doing the research and putting into a shape?
Great. So, first of all, I will give big credit to IIT Madras Research Park. First of all, very first thing, when the people come here, what they get a confidence that there are people who is sitting and who is there always to support you. That's one thing, the confidence. And I believe if somebody has confidence, the right skill, they can move even the mountains. For example, I said, my mantra is first I don't want to scale, I don't want to reach into too many schools. No. The quality and the customer satisfaction and getting the product right is our prime importance. So, this is a message, this is a teaching given by IIT Madras Research Park. Don't go into scaling mode. Build your product so that the people aspire for it, so that the people understand the value of the product, right? That one teaching. That's the second thing, teaching. Third thing, when it comes to handling all kind of a headache apart from focusing on your product, Research Park is providing everything, be it legal, be it as a account management, be it marketing, be it management, or in the other way around. So, apart from all kind of headache, so basically what I am trying to say, after coming here, all I have to do is just focus on my product, rest everything they are taking care. And the most important is that they have inculcated a culture here among Q Wings, at least I know. The culture is having ethics, having think about the nation, think about the people, right? And the most important thing what they have taught is don't worry about the failures. If your intention is right, and if you will sincerely work on your product, we are there to support you at whatever cost.
What we make them do is, we believe that here, if we can motivate them, make them work hard, in 6 months, they can overcome whatever deficiency they have. And in 6 months, they are ready to start moving and working together. A very important component, if I look at as a child, you get a child and tell them to study. They may study, but most of the time they will get bored and they will avoid. Then you got something like a Lego. You give them a Lego, they play. Not only they will play, they will also get other children of their age and they play together. But they play and build. Lego requires them to build. They play, build and learn. And they do not shy away from that. They actually want to spend more time. So essentially, we have learned the same thing. We have created build labs out here. Basically get them to start building and playing. We believe building, working hard, enjoyment, all has to go together. It should not become a burden. We try to motivate them and say you can capture skies. And then there are examples. Once one person succeeds, you see the others succeeding. So the ecosystem has that, various people succeeding and others holding hand. Very good networking, as I pointed out earlier, very good mentoring and all kinds of training. And wherever they need special help, we'll find. I'll find some professor who is very good in an area, please help them in this area. So all this one has to do.
Ankit, you said how IIT Madras has given you a platform, just worrying about all other things other than the product.
Yes.
So your team's focus was only on your product.
Yes.
Your intention, your attitude, the ethics.
Yes.
That's what you have learned from the ambience of IIT. Very nice to hear, Ankit. See, my next, how your team, because you are not the only person who have started this, you have your team.
Yes.
Tell me about your team.
As far as team is concerned, the overall team, if you look in terms of size, I will tell first, then who we are. Right? In terms of size, what we were in last year, we have grown 7 times this year. That's good news. Second thing, who we are. Mostly we are PhD, MS and MTech scholars from IIT Madras, and from other IITs also we have. And we have a variety of expertise. For example, you might have understood, you might have learned that my whole journey was in the area of aerospace, right, and a little bit of in artificial intelligence and electronics. Shubhangi, she is in software development role. Sunny, his PhD is in 3D printing, that too metal 3D printing, and PhDs has a lot of expertise. I am talking about just the main. Wagis Misra, he's having PhD in material. He's also having defense technology. He's a ambassador of innovation cell in Ministry of Education. So that is the kind of expertise now we have.
To hear, Ankit, because you are flanked by many experts and technocrats and research scholars, so that made your work very easy and simple. But your idea is very strong, the nation building. See, suppose somebody like you, those who are not aware of this research park, or those who wanted to become a startup, they have stuck with an idea which is going to be very innovative and it's going to contribute to the society. What would you like to tell them and how to approach and how to start, where to start as a startup?
First of all, I must admire the government and I must admire a lot of agencies currently who are encouraging and helping lot of ideas, and they are giving even good fund to start or to convert your ideas into some prototype. Right? There are a lot of people who are doing government support, lot of incubators are there, and IIT Madras Research Park itself, is one of the is somebody who can help them. One. Second thing, what is that they have to do first? First of all, if they have an idea, they should do some. First of all, they should do some market analysis. Whether there will be a paying customer, whether people will pay for it or not. If it is something they want to charge, if it is for the social benefits and all, then they will have to look what kind, whether how much it will impact, what is how many people it will be impacted, or whether similar product is already there or not. Those things. But I am talking about those people who have some new idea. They want to sell, they want to solve some problem, and they want to charge for a little. So look. First of all, who are their paying customer, whether customer will be willing to pay them or not. Then look into their business model. Don't directly jump into the product development. That's my suggestion, because I have done that and I have felt I should have done those business analysis. I would not have lost this much, right? So I would sincerely will suggest, if you have any idea, first do the calculation on your paper. Who is the customer, how much you are going to charge, whether they will pay or not, how much is the total impact you will create, right? And then, and before all this, you look whether the idea is feasible or not. If you have this kind of things ready, and you are confident and you have faith, right, that you can do this, then approach to IIT Madras Research Park, approach to other agencies in India. That's how they can start.
Sir, as incubative in IIT Madras Research Park, how IIT Madras Research Park was helping you and how it was very helpful to you to pursue further?
If I have to add more, I think it's a great support. One thing, you look at the space, they have given the space. We are not paying anything. If any people like me, I had to pay some amount for having this kind of a space, not possible, right?
It goes to lakhs.
Lakhs per month, that too. So one. Second, any kind of a external, for example, external support. For example, tomorrow we are leaving to Bharat Mandapam for Startup Mahakumbh. They have arranged it. All the money, expenses, travel, but they are managing. They have arranged everything for us. There is a whole team which is working for Q-Wings, right? So how much resources and money they are spending in the back end to support a startup, that's the second thing. Apart from space, there's a whole team. Third, I will say, there's a whole marketing team which is working for Q-Wings. This is people who are guiding into our creative designs. There are people who are guiding into video making. There are people who are guiding into brochure designing. There are people who are helping me how you have to work on pitch deck. There are people who are helping me how you can get your communication right. What should be your brand positioning, brand value. There are people who are helping me into, as I said, account, get the paper, all those legal things and administrative work. There is a team who is helping us in cleaning, giving water, giving power. We have set up 3D printing here. They are not even charging for electricity. We are feeling like we are still in IIT Madras, our research lab. We are sitting here at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock early in the morning. Nobody is to tell anybody. AC. And apart from these all, right, any kind of funding support, if you are cash flow problem, they are ready to support. So this is a holistic ecosystem. I will seriously thank to IT Madras Research Park and the government and who all ever, I don't know the name, who all ever have been involved into this. I sincerely thank them because I believe this is people like me who has come from such a background and can come at this kind of a place and can dream, to build a nation, to do something for the country, and actually we are achieving it. So it's possible because of this whole ecosystem.
Nice. You said IIT Research Park, Madras Research Park is helping you. The people are queuing to weld the Q wings.
Yes.
In every aspect.
Yes.
So it's a good news to the startups.
Yes.
Those who wanted to do the research here in IIT Research Park, because most of the startups, those who wanted to pursue or they want to start their idea to groom into a product or a service, the main stumbling block is the money, the space, other things.
I have just one message for them: get your product right. Rest everything headache they will take care. You just focus on your product. If your product is right, if it has potential, it can solve some people problem.
Yeah.
You come to here, you will be welcomed as like
the golden plate.
Yes.
So it's a good news for the youngsters who are watching this program. See, what is your future idea? See, so far we have discussed the laboratories, how superior to the other existing laboratories in the schools, and how identifying the students and training them to be a future technocrats for country and contribution to the society. All these things, it's good. See, any company or any startup will have a vision.
Right.
What is your vision?
As I mentioned, our aim is very simple. What I have mentioned earlier, that I want to impart skill, and I want to, apart from imparting skill, I want to tell people, hey, you can use this skill this way to monetize it. So this is our aim. So obviously, our vision is that Q Wings reach to every student and every school in India.
Thank you, Mr. Ankit, for giving an elaborate answer or reply to my questions on behalf of the viewers, and particularly the youngsters, those who wanted to become a startups. And I think I have the confidence after viewing this program, or to your words, they may get some confidence, and even now might be very easy for them to start. Those who are thinking it's very difficult to become a startup, now you made the job very easy.
Yes.
And so far many people may have wings, but they don't know how to fly. I think your words might make their wings to fly, and I hope your vision and your team's vision may come true and build this nation. As you said, 2047 will be our target, and I think I hope your team will be one among the contributors to the nation building.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you very much.
Thank you.
If you come from small town, and if you come from middle and even lower middle class, you have a better chance of success. If you come from upper middle class, your life is made to some extent. You don't have that hunger. We believe that the middle and lower middle class people have the hunger to do extremely well. And we are trying to touch sky. We are not trying to do incremental stuff. As long as they don't have immediate obligations. This age, 22, 23, 25, 27, is the best age to try to get into a startup. Later on, you will have too many other obligations. Family will be there, this, that. You cannot take risk. This is about taking risk. And this is the period you grow maximum. In the process, it doesn't matter whether you succeed or not. Even a person who fails here would have learned so much that the person will command a premium salary tomorrow outside. So, as long as you are willing to work hard, as long as you believe in yourself, the youngsters should approach us. We will try to make them do wonders.